Get everything into the ball. It's like you go. Instead of letting, boom, let it go. Tight to the body. Tight to the body.
Shouldn't have it open like this.
Gutter balls and 17 miles an hour is going to cost you 15 every time. That's right, finish good. There you go. What? You took me off? Now don't help it. Don't. Now. You can do it now. Tum, tum, tum. Do it again. Good balance. Good balance.
Just like Rico.
Which is crossing over on the second step. Get our hips out the way so we can have a nice free swing. Next thing we worked on was accuracy with our eyes. Not looking on results, but looking at being consistent. Hitting our target over and over and over. That's the key to this game. It's hitting it over and over and over. Then you can read. You can read the lanes properly. Once you do that, that'll get you more in tune to your game. But when you let that go, you start roaming and eyes all over the place, talking here and talking there and not paying attention, that's when your whole game goes. When you're out here competing, like I told you some of y'all yesterday, when you're out competing, your friends is out the door. It's one-on-one with you in the lanes and that's it. You ain't talking to nobody, you ain't chit-chat, you ain't over the corner doing this, whatever, in a zone. And that's what we try to work on today. It's more or less being in the zone, work on the things that we need to work on. Not overpowering the ball. We don't need to throw a ball 100 miles an hour. Whoever teaches that concept is wrong. Totally. You can throw the ball 14, 13, 15, 16 and get a better result. Now you're in control of what's going on. You throw the ball 100 miles an hour, you done paid all this money for these balls, and you're going straight past your break point. So all of a sudden now you're going to get another ball and get more aggressive. Doesn't make sense. You go get an old ball in the house, just take your time and throw it right, throw it properly with the right speed, and you can make that ball go. It's all about what you do from here to the foul line. We worked on where we hitting, where we standing, where we finish. Where we start, where we finish. That's another key to tell us where we drifting, which way we drifting. We got to have it drifting to the right, then what we got to do is we got to make up for that so that we're not always on our target. If we drift to the left, we got to make sure that we take care of that so we are not too far away from our target. So that's why I asked y'all to tell me what target you hit, where you finish. And that's why I need to know. A lot of times some of them didn't say anything. I need to know. That's going to help me. And that's going to also help you identify where you are on the lanes. It's so important to identify where you are on the lanes. If you're starting at, we'll use this from left to right. You're starting on 10 and you end up on 20. That's a 10-board drift. So now if you're trying to go up the boards, you can't go up the boards if you're at 20. Your arm is swinging. So that's what it's doing, is paying attention to where we start, where we finish. It's so important. It's a 2-board drift either way, that's good. Not that much of a difference. It's when we get beyond that. That's where it comes in. And that's why I say a lot of times you gotta control yourself. Don't be so fast up here. I don't know where that concept is where people gotta get up on the lane and boom, you gotta go. You gotta get a rhythm. You gotta get timing. You gotta be relaxed. Everything is up there. It's here, you set, boom, take a 2 seconds to get something, and then go. Don't just throw that fingers in there, throw the hand over, and go. Because you're not doing anything. A lot of people say you're up there too long. You're up there, why you thinking? Now granted, you do have some who think too long. That's too much. But when you do everything right, get your feet set, fingers in the ball, turn it over, get here. Once you get locked on your target, it should be 1 or 2 seconds, and then you go. Some of them might have to slow down for 3 seconds because you're just too fast. You need to slow down, and that's when you're trying to help the ball when you should. So more or less be relaxed, let everything flow, just like we worked on with you today. We just let things flow. Don't try to help it. You can move all the way to the gutter, boom, and just let it flow. You can move next to the ball return and let it flow. But it's just doing the same thing over and over and over. Don't help it. We don't need to help these balls. These balls are drilled just for what you want to do. All you need to do is once you get to that power position, lift straight through. That's all you need to do. There's no effort in it. There's no extra jerking. Just boom. Nice and fluent. Did you like what you worked on today? You felt some results. You see what you did. Now if you'd have brought all that yesterday, you'd have been sitting up on top. That's why I say you got to learn how to get into a zone. Zone is where you block everybody out. You're sitting there and you relax. When you get up there, you know exactly what you want to do and you repeat it. That's how people are able to throw 300. Some of them get lucky, but if the good ones really pay attention, you watch them, they do the same thing every time. Some people ask me, why do I throw the same ball for my spare? It's not throwing the same ball for your spare. It's just throwing the same body motion. Everything is still the same. Just because you leave a 10 pin, that doesn't mean you go up there and forget what you've been doing. You don't do that. Your strike, I can still go down there and watch you bowl, and I should not tell whether it's a strike or a spare. It should look the same every time. Because what you're being is consistent. Boom. Wherever you're going with the ball, be consistent. Wherever you're going with the ball, be consistent. You got to do it over and over and over. Repeat. I have to tell y'all that a lot. That shouldn't happen. You should be able to string these things out. All you got to do is just do it over and over. Everything we worked on, all that stuff we worked on, all these Sundays, all these Sundays we put together. That's where you come in together. Like the Winter Leagues. A lot of people don't like my concept on the Winter League. All Winter League is practice. What are you getting out of it? Some awards. And whether you win first place, you may get your money back. Especially in Double League, you may get your money back. But it's strictly practice. That's all it is. And for practice. It's when you go out to these tournaments, it's when you put it all together. That's where the money's at. That's where y'all want to go. Y'all want to go where the pros at, where the money's at. Right? This little league stuff is what? It's a stepping stone to get you there.
Half the people in the league do pot bowling.
Right. Well, that's correct. And then that pot bowl. I come in like the other night. I come in, you want to get a pot now? Because I'm working on my game. Sometimes I'm working on my game. I don't get no pots. I'm barely bowling the league. I can just sub it on the wife's league. But it's mainly to work on the things that I made mistakes doing well. So when tournament time comes, now I'm focused. I got everything down. I want to do it. This year I went to 5 step. I was at 6. I went to 5 step. This whole summer I worked on it. It was awkward. It was weird. It was out of my nose. But that's what I wanted to work on. So I wanted to change my game. I wanted to get my rhythm down and my timing. All that I wanted to work on. 2 weeks ago I shot 300. Just because I put everything together. Put it all together. And it's the same with y'all. Y'all can do that too. Just got to put it all together. Remember everything that we work on. Once you get there, just do it. Just let your body flow and just do it. Don't let your conscious and your subconscious back up here. You do that during practice. That's when you do that. When you're doing tournaments, you let it all flow. Think about what you're going to do back there. Do it up here. So you shouldn't be saying, up at the 5, up at the approach, I got my ball, all right, I need to look at my target, I need to follow through, I need to do this, I need to, no. Think about one thing, and that's what you work on. Think about one thing, let everything else happen naturally. You walk, if I'm going to come into a center, and it's my night to bowl lead, I've already got one thing I'm going to work on. That may be hitting my target, being consistent on hitting my target. Everything else, I'm going to let happen, let it flow. I'm not going to think about it. I set my feet, target's the night. Night is target. I'm looking at my target. So I go through everything else, and boom, I'm looking at my target and making sure. Everything else should flow automatically. Now, if I'm working on my swing that night, I'm working on my swing. Every time you come into your league to bowl, you should work on something. And that's it. That's the only thing you should work on. Then once you get that down pat, say you did that the first 5 weeks. That 6th week you got a tournament. All that first 5 weeks you worked on 6 different things. Now the tournament here, Now you can put it all together. Now you can see everything flow. What you want to do is now is we practice on warm-up, find the mark, see what the lanes are like, go from there. What ball do you want to use? Then you locked in. Don't take a whole game to find something. You don't let a whole game by. Now you're already minus 50 or 60 minutes. You don't want to do that. Practice is so important. So important. You can't, like I said, when we have practice on Sunday, if you can't make it, I understand it, but everybody got things to do. But when you do get a chance, you got to practice. You got to do that. Practice is the key to make perfect. At home. Do the things at home. Do the reps at home. It's going to help your legs. It's going to help them thighs. All that. Okay? Any questions? Any concerns? Any comments? Anything anybody worrying about? Like I told you, don't come out here without no glasses. No more. Okay? Now, since we finished with that, give me my sets before we go. My sets before we go. That's right, you done 1,000 already. You done 1,000 already. Let's go. And don't rush it. Take your time. Feel it.